Hello, everybody. Hello. Good evening, everywhere, wherever you are. This is a new chat moment with me, with Hetty de Metty, in Refeel Life Again. Refeel Lifestyle. It's my mission to say to everyone, to inspirations to everyone. It's a mission to say to everyone that they are very beautiful, very nice. Everybody has talents, and if you recognize your talents, then you begin starting very nice, very happy again. That's what I try to do. Good evening, everyone, and I hope that it's still we're friends again on the chat. Hello, my email, I will type it into the chat. If you would like to ask me something about spiritual things or ask for a reading, come over and go to my email. Email is hettydemetty@hotmail.com. As you can see in the chat how it spells, then you know where you can send your email to. So my name is Hetty de Metty, and I'm your host this evening, just by myself. Last week we have Monica here, Monica, and she is telling about her art and about her inspiration. So today it's my turn to give you inspiration, or at least the subject this evening is inspiration. Where do you get your inspiration? So can you say something about location, or can you say about who is giving you the inspiration? I would like to know it. And of course I got some examples here too, but that will be later on. If you would like to ask a reading for somebody else, this is possible. Hey, good evening, Beber. Everyone can ask a reading for somebody else. And the reason why I ask it for another one is not selfies, but it is just being served to other persons. So that's what I try to do. So I will wait until a little bit more people on the chat, or I hope there is a lot of more people coming into the live streaming. Yes, a fresh cup of tea. It will work always. Hello everyone, this is my name, Hetty de Metty, and I'm your host this evening. And the subject today will be inspiration. And inspiration is a very large subject which we can talk about a lot of times, but it is a feeling, and I hope you get the feeling. Where can I find it, and how do I get the point of relaxation so that I get the inspiration? First, you have to take time and attention to sitting or to relaxing, or do something with mindsets, just like what we last week have. We have last week Wednesday, we have Gisela here. She is a teacher in yoga and mindfulness. It was very nice to hear her, because she was talking about a lot of stuff which my attention has, of course, but also I hope your attention too. So this evening, I hope that you can join me here on this subject. So, inspirations. First, you need a locations to get some inspirations to get it. Of course, it takes time. If you have no time, you don't get inspiration. If you not have the attention to it, you don't want to get it. You don't get it at all, because inspirations, it costs time. It's a feeling, and a feeling must go into your system, and if you have the inspirations, then you probably get clear views, etc., but also ideas to go over and go to a result. I hope so. So I hope there is more people into the chat, and I just still wait until that. You can ask me for a reading for somebody else on hettydemetty@hotmail.com. Meanwhile, I hope everyone is subscribe me as Hetty de Metty as Reveal Lifestyle on YouTube, and I hope to get more people. Yes, my inspirations locations is one of them is a hospital. In a hospital, you always see people in and out and going, being sick, being better. Sometimes they passed, but most of the time in the hospital, you can see a lot of inspirations. Sometimes it's art at the wall, but sometimes it's also the silence over there, because there is special room for silence for people who like to go for a prayer. So that's what it is in hospital. But also you can see by the people who is in the hospital, who is trying to go over the process of being better. They can also be inspired, because if you have something terrible to make, you have to go through a period of a lot of sickness or a lot of mental problems, then it's good to be in a hospital, because you can more yes, what we try to say to explain is reflection, which we can help in our system. And I hope that you can go with me in the system. If you have some problems, huge problems, or huge problems in your head, busy head, or a lot of obstacles in your life, then if I sat down in a hospital, I will always see people around me, and I said, okay, they all got more problems than me. Probably I can go over it, and I can go fix it. And so my oldest son, he is multiple handicapped, and he had to surgeries multiple times in the hospital. And every time when he was there was a matter of being, his handicap was, his situation could be very worse if the treatments was not good or something like that. And then every time I was praying, of course, because my inspiration comes from God, and my acknowledgement and also my clear views comes from God. And he is telling me all the time, look around you, and look around what kind of people you see over here. And then I always thinking about, okay, we got bad situations going on, but there is more worse situations here too. So it gives a good reflecting on what we have to go through. So that was my inspiration. And my inspiration is my oldest son. He's now 23, almost 24. Multiple disabled things in his system. And what I try to do with him is think about what can you do, and not instead to say you should have to do this all, but I hope there is a lot of potential things in your system, in your so what is possible. That's what we try to do. Not think about the disappointments in the life, but what is possible for you. And so he is encouraged me to do a lot of things. In 2016, I started my own company with this kids care coach. I just already been for 35 of 36 families with all kind of different kind of problems with children with needs. I help them already. So that's my inspiration first. And of course, other people can inspire me too, but he was always telling me, from, okay, mom, you can do this and this and this. And now you already reached this, so you can go for the next level. If you speak about levels, I don't know. But anyway, I just met a lot of people here in Holland which have children with needs, and I sit down to them and go over them, and then I try to give them advice as a coach, give it advice what they already been done, and give them compliments for it. Go over for all the kinds of problems which they still have with the government, or with the care money, or maybe with a caretaker. I try to do all the kinds of things since 2016, and then later on I just started a very nice company, an institution for children with needs, so they have a day program to do. We have 2 locations here in Leeuwarden, so it's also very nice. And all by inspired by the oldest, because he says, okay, mom, you wrote a book. Yes, I did. And later on it became the value of a name. But at first, he says, you have gotten shop and you gotten book. So you had to sell your book in the shop. And that was the start of all kinds of concepts which we never did had in Holland. And now we have. So it's okay to have inspired by some person or somebody. So who can inspire you? Maybe you can be inspired by a famous person from the screens, from the TV, from the movies, or that could be a hero in your mindset. Inspirations can come from the nature, of course, from the nature, because we are all part of the nature. As a human being, we are just already been a part of the nature. So if you're in the nature, you can see all kinds of animals, living animals from the farm, but also from the nature, like birds, like other kinds of fish, or all kinds of different of animals. So inspiration can come from loved ones around you, just by being present in your life. Your husband, or your children, or your parents, but also your best friends. They can help you to inspire too. And if they do something very good, give them a compliment. And if they inspire you, just name it. And if you name it and you are really grateful for it, you will understand that's your lucky day at that moment. Inspirement, can also by playing or listening to music. I play the piano, and I play also a guitar. And if you have a campfire and sitting down and just having a guitar, it's so nice to have, because everybody has a sound. And then it's not matter if you are good or not good. It's just the sound, and it brings you somewhere. It gives you kindness, happiness, a joy at that moment. But also doing on the piano. If next to me there is a piano in this room, so I'm looking over there, and then I see the piano. Yes, piano makes me also very happy, because if you are sad, you go down to the piano and you start just pingling something, and then from the pingling you're gonna be more up tempo, more yes. So then you go to next level, and you say, okay, I'm happy again. When you're just done with your playing music, you can go to a next level in your statement from emotions. So it will help. Inspiration can also be comes from faith, and that's what we and then, of course, the Bible is a very special book where we can be inspired, because all the history is from the Bible is telling how it was in the earlier days, and it gives you also advice how you can do it and what should do it. So if you go into church, you will probably hear the priester or the server at that moment telling how it could be and should be. It gives us the idea what we can do. So the inspirement can come from a good preaching in the church. But it's also about the encouragement from everyone around you and say, okay, you can do it and come on. So you get a plan in your head, and if you have an idea, and an idea will go to a plan, and a plan will be going somewhere in as a result. So it's from nothing to everything you go, and that starts with an idea, and that starts with inspiration. And inspirations, it's so easy if you get it and when you can do it. Just like biking. If you just like the first time, if you go to on the bike, it's very hard. It is very difficult to do everything on the same time, and just having the steer wheel at the same time when you have to go around with your feet, and then on the same time you need to be in balance. Yeah, first time it's always hard, but to pray, it's also a little bit, yeah, exercising. And if there is something out coming from your prayer, then you will know it will help. And you know, when it is really good, your heart is going faster and being happy in your heart. And when it's a good feeling, your intuition will say, okay, go with it. And there is not, if you have doubts, it's not right at the time. So if there isn't any doubt, you have to stop, be certified before you go further on that everything is okay. And if there is safety enough, or enough attention, enough energy over there, you can go to it. But anyway, that's what you can do if you have the faith. And faith is, of course, something what you believe. It's not what it should be told by everyone, all other people, but what would you like to be. So my idea is already be re-feel again before you have the new lifestyle. To feel is very important. So the inspirations is feeling in your heart. If there is no inspirations, if there is no energy for it, you don't want to be succeed at that moment. Right now. No, because if there is so many things on your way, which it should be done by this and does and this. So the negativity is also over there. If there is not self-esteem enough, then the negativity will take over and say, oh, you're not able to do this, or you not can do this. Just go start somewhere, sometime, and have joy while you're doing it, and you have idea and a plan, and you are inspired, and then you go, and at least you do something for it. So, but also is something what we it's in the same district as the Bible. You can also learn from the examples of our saints. And one of the saints, I would like to tell you something more about it. This lady, she's a statue, and she is, and then I just have all the information from YouTube, for YouTube with me, because of course, but she is Elizabeth from Hungary. Saint Elizabeth from Hungary. In in the early days, and then I go back to my information, of course, because I just prepare everything. This is Elizabeth from Hungary. Yeah? She was also Elizabeth von Turningen, Germany. And she was a princess from Turgen, and she was a princess of the Kingdom of Hungary and the Landgravine of Turningen. Elizabeth was married at the age of 14. So she was just 14 years old, and then she becomes already a wife. And she was widowed at her 20 after 6 years. After her husband's death, she regained her dowry using the money to build a hospital where she was self-served to the sick people. She became a symbol of Christian charity after her death in 2031. So she only became 24 years when she has to go. Not because she was sick, but there was something else going on. She became a symbol of Christian charity as her death in 2031 at the age of 24, and she was canonized at May 25th, 1235. So 4 years after that she had to die, she gets the canonized. She is venerated as a saint by the Catholic Church, and she was early member of the Third Order of Saint Francis, and today honored as a patroness. Why? This is all the story from internet. What I hear was, and then you can see more over there. She held over there flowers. But underneath her skirt, she has all potatoes with her. And she gave it to the people who couldn't buy any food. So what she would like to do is giving food to the persons who were poor. And so she tried to give it over there. The father of her, the king of Hungary, was not pleased with her behaving. And what the king was said to her, said, you don't have to do this because I don't like that at all, that you do what you do. And she was all the time giving the food away under her skirt. And then at the moment that the guardians from her father checked what she had to do, she says, oh, just only flowers. Just only flowers. So that moment, it was nothing going on because she has her idea of giving to the people who was poor. But at the end, it was not a nice ending because she was killed by her own father to do what she had to do. And, well, on a brutal way also. So it's not a nice story, but this is a story of people who is giving away to people who needed it something. And when I was speaking to the person who was have the really marked in Hunsbroek, so she gave me this statue. She says, it's a remarker for you, for me as a person, as Hetty de Metty, that I think about other people too, because it's not only the poor people which I try to do, but it is people who need some help next to them because they got a child or multiple child with disabled things. So if there is any handicap and you don't know how to work and how to act with the handicaps, and you don't know the rights in your own country, because in the Netherlands we have a lot of care for this kind of children, but we need to supply for the money and go to the government and says, okay, this child need this. So we need proof from doctors, from all kinds of institutions, to get the care money here. And I try to help always. Um, so this is what the people's this lady to said to me. You remember about this person, and so I would give you this statue. And now it's inspiration. It's inspiration which all kinds of saints probably have for us, because they have something to do for the community in the earlier days, because saints are not living anymore, of course, because that's the reason. After their death, they just been venerate to a saint person. That was very inspired me for me too. That's how is that possible that some lady from the earlier days is still symbol for us here. And because this is a silver statue, it's so nice. I love it because it's no color, but it's just her, and all with her flowers into it. So yeah, I love it. It's so easy, but it's also nice. Okay, go back to the where we were. We go to locations which are giving inspiration, and one of the places, I hope there is more people now who is in the chat now. No, not yet. No, doesn't matter. We are going to the next thing. And other locations could be water. Why water? Because water can be in a lake or in an ocean or just like in a river. But water is always moving. It's always, we think, I hope, it's blue. And blue is the color of brightness, of clear. So if you have water, it's just in the sky or on the water bayside, somewhere on the water side, it's always moving, it's always emotions, but it is always a clear view. You can see a lot of things, kilometers, you can go miles, or how you say that, all the distance which you can say, you can see. And if there is clearness, it's always happy for us because it gives us calm and calm moments. And in our brain will say, cool down, have relaxing. You can see everything, and everything from your navigations is in front of you. So that's what it is when you have a very nice place nearby the water. But also a walk through the wood would be very good. A walk because there is so many oxygens over there, and the lungs will fill again with new oxygens, and so new energy is over there. Is also helping for inspiration. So where do you get inspiration? On different kinds of places, different times in the day. Nothing is important as only your own state of being relaxed. Okay, I go back to the other side. So what we could use is experiments from other people. And then also about the stories of other people which they got into their life. And I hope there is some persons coming over on the line who can tell me something about their lives. And that's the reason why I am being a coach, to help other people. I would like to help as serving other people, because that's the inspirations. If you get inspired by somebody and you can go by doing the same, but then giving on and on and on, it will not coming back to me, but it is going on. So you make just a water flows. I just already been to, if there is some touching in your heart from the story of other people, it can always help. And I hope to inspire you to do something for your neighbor, for friends, for the unknown people, just a community, or some regular person who is coming on the streets. Give them a smile. Give them something to think about and say, oh, did I do something good? Give a compliment. Of course, you need to mean the compliment. But if you give somebody a compliment, it will help for sure. And of course, we would like to know if we are improving to ourselves. And we would like to know more self-esteem. If there is any, give them a compliment and the self-esteem will grow. Yes. Did I mention something what I just in preparation I did something here. Reading the Bible, yes, it's one of my favorite things because in the Bible were so many stories, so many incidents where we can learn about it. You can always see in the Bible there is just human being who just like you and me. Sometimes we are disappointments. Sometimes we have a lot of grieving. The disappointments of life, setbacks, anxiety, fearness, all kinds of informations with emotions which is legal to have, but it will not bring you somewhere. It's only bring you to the next level, how to can turn it upside down, going positive, going from here to the other place with more energy. So refeel again, and then you got other lifestyle. So refeel lifestyle. That's what my. So if you are inspired by this, I hope you can do something what you never did before, and that you turn your life from negative to positive, from not many chances to very much chances, from the dream to doing something and result. Because if you need some improvements, if you need the proof of yourself to being better, then you see results. And later on you will feel the results in your heart. So it's not only seeing, but also feeling. And feeling is with your heart. Knowing is with your head. Feeling is with your heart. And if there is some tension, which the most people just like have in the spiritual, who are sensitive and very spiritual, they will feeling it in the stomach. Yeah, I know for sure. Okay, I don't know exactly where I can go from now, because I just try to explain the definition of inspiration. Inspiration is nothing like you have told how to work, but to feel how you would like it works. And that it gives you energy, and if you are enjoying and you have more laughing and more smiles on your face, then the energy will flow. I know for sure. So that's what I try to do this evening. Hetty de Metty is my stage name, of course, and she tried to be on stage to tell everybody how it works. But without your voice, without your interaction, without any comments, I'm nobody. So I hope you can come over on a chat and tell me what your inspiration is. If there is anyone on the chat, please come over. You can also send me an email, but sometimes the email will come into my spam box. That's not handy. So, okay. My chat is down now in this moment. I don't know exactly what is happening, but I think I did enough for this evening. So I hope you enjoy this whole blog this time from live streaming. Um, if there is something which you would like to know more, please come over just by sending me an email or sending me some comment on internet on my Facebook account is over there, my Instagram is over there, I'm got TikTok, not so many more, but not very much movies on it, but I try to do that. So come over and give me a signal where I can help you. And if you know somebody who would like to give you a reading, let me know just by giving the first name and the birthday, including, of course, the birthday year. And then I give you the next time in English on Monday evening, I give you a reading. I hope you can come over. Joy, I hope you enjoy this live stream. It's a little bit short today, but this is just what it is, and I hope that I said enough, everything. So have a good evening. Bye. And so if there is any questions, come over. Have a good day. Bye bye.